Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the Tech Viking. Today, I wanted to talk about some cybersecurity stuff. Um, Basically, talking about things that you should look out for and maybe little tips that your computer could be infected with some kind of malicious software. Uh, I have a list, so you'll see me kind of looking to the right. I haven't really set up like a teleprompter. I would love to look at you in the eyes and completely directly from memory be able to tell you that whatever I'm about to say directly verbatim, but unfortunately I can't do that. Well, I could if I actually put a lot more effort into, and not that you're not worth the effort. It's just I put a lot of videos out. So um, these are some things to notice. Um, if your computer is running slower than usual, you'll also notice that you'll hear your fan kind of ramp up when you don't have a lot of activity going on your computer. You start getting odd error messages and stuff like that. Uh, you're suddenly out of hard drive space. Generally, that's a program cloning itself or making copies, filling up your hard drive. You're unable to save files. That's another indicator of a virus or some kind of suspicious software that's on there. Suspicious software. um, you start opening up files and you get a lot of error messages that they're corrupt. Uh, so you open up a program, under your start menu, and you start seeing like that files are missing for specific programs. That's another indicator that you might have a virus or other malicious software on your computer. Your computer's freezing often and has to be restarted. That's another indicator. And the reason it has to be restarted, or it appears to run better once you restart it, is because a lot of them programs take a while to build up and start using your resources. So when you restart, you're kind of restarting that process as each one of the programs that are running in the background start opening themselves up again. And then you'll notice it'll slow right back down. You can check your processes through holding CTR L, Alt, and Delete, and then go into your processes. I actually made a video about this that you should take a screenshot of your processes right when you install Windows. Even though you can, if you're a software developer, you could rename files to go up there and work like and have the same names as regular files that are on Windows. But a lot of times these malicious programs have just some weird generic name that shouldn't be there in the first place. Um, Getting back to other things that you should look for virus infections and malicious software is your opening and closing CD-ROM by itself. Now, a lot of computers nowadays don't have CD-ROMs because everything's going to either thumb drives or to the cloud. But back in the NetBus days, that used to be a good indicator that somebody was messing with you because they would open up your CD-ROM drive just to be funny or mess with you. Programs that launch on their own, that's another indicator that you might have some kind of virus and malicious software. Unusual sounds playing randomly, that's kind of another one. I feel like a lot of these that I'm naming off are kind of old school things that people used to do. A lot of people nowadays don't actually do that. That just used to be something funny you could do because you're like, oh, I have control of your computer. Look what I can do to you. You know. Um, so as for being able to fight back against that, um, especially if you're talking about someone going up there and remotely connecting to your computer, the most obvious answer would be to disconnect, for one, from the internet. You don't have internet or a connection to the World Wide Web, right? Uh, then they also don't have a connection to your computer as well. So, so if you're gonna go up there and play around with, programs and stuff that you might think that are malicious or, a virus or some kind of malware of some sort, you can actually partition your hard drive and install a separate version of Windows. And if you have other hard drives, I would suggest that you would go into disk management, and I'll make a video on how to do all this, and remove your hard drive letter identifier, as in like C drive, E drive, and then once you create that partitioned part of your hard drive, your main hard drive, like I said, you can install another version of Windows on there and go up there and play around, because then it's kind of isolated for when your computer starts up, in case you do get some kind of malware or malicious software that might, go up there. Because a lot of times you got to think about this. Software doesn't always go up there and destroy your computer. I mean, there could just be something running in the background sending screenshots of your display and everything to some individual because they want your credit card information, or they want your login information, or some kind of other information like that that might be sensitive to you. So that's something to think about. But by all means, please don't be scared to play around with software and learn more about technology, because almost 1,000% of the time there's nothing that someone can do to your PC or software that can do to your PC that cannot be fixed, or you can't reinstall Windows on your hard drive. I mean, back in the day, maybe changing the parameters or how fast your BIOS runs and everything, but all that's pretty much locked out nowadays and really can't be messed up like that. This ain't like Stuxnet, with Israel breaking into the nuclear silos of Iran, So anyway, if you like my content, like and subscribe to the Viking. Peace.